Yes, children, nice to meet you all. Now, I am going to explain you the next remaining videos. Remaining stanzas. Sorry, remaining stanzas in the poem. Which poem are we discussing? The Tale of Custard the Dragon, isn't it? Okay. So now, how many stanzas did I explain? I explained up to 7 stanzas. Now let us go to the 8th stanza. What is given there? Okay. So what is the next 8th stanza here? Let us see. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. Here, one fellow came. Till now, what we talked about it. What did we talk about? We talked about ink, blink, these all. Okay, they were teasing Custard. Okay, Custard was crying. They are crying. They tickled unmercifully. They teased him and all. Suddenly, one nasty sound came, and with that nasty sound, what happened? Came one pirate. Who is a pirate? Pirate is a sea dacoit. Okay, the person who robs the passengers near the sea. Okay, he is a sea dacoit. Now, so okay, with that sound, what happened? All were shocked. All the Belinda and all her pets were shocked, and suddenly a pirate came from a window. Window means window. And what happened? Let us see. Pistol in his, how is the pirate in the appearance? Pistol in his left, pistol in his right. That means in both the hands he has pistol. And he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. In his teeth, his mouth, he kept one cutlass, one knife. His beard was black, one leg was wood. Beard was very, very black and one leg was wooden leg. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. Why did he come? It is clear that he did not come to do good. He came to do bad. He want to kill all the people. Okay, he want to spoil all the people and kill all the people and rob the things. He came for not good. He came to do bad. Okay, so pistol means a handgun. Cutlass, a short sword with a curved blade, like a knife. Okay, kept in the mouth. Okay, now see here the poet describes the appearance of the pirate. He says that the pirate was holding handguns in both his hands and had a little sword too. He was holding his sword with his teeth. He had black beard. Everything he has explained, but still he was frightening all the other characters. This means that though the pirate was disabled person, but still he was frightening all other characters. Moreover, he intended, though he is handicapped, I mean he don't have one leg, he's not afraid. He is giving terror to others, but this fellow is not afraid. Okay, now let us see the rhyme scheme. A, B, B. Right, bright, wood, good. Alteration, beard was black. BB is next. BB is repeated. Next, an image, imagery. An image is created about the appearance of the pirate. Imagery means imagining. Pirate means I tell, one leg is wooden. He has two pistols in his two hands. He has a cutlass in the mouth. Means you imagine, isn't it? That fellow might be like this. That is called imagery. Okay, next. Stanza number 9. Belinda paled and she cried, "Help! Help!" But Mustard fled with a terrified elf. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and Little Mouse blinked strategically mousehold. So, what happened is Belinda paled and she cried, "Help! Help!" But as soon as the pirate came to the Belinda's house, all were shocked, surprised, and one each member went away to other side. How? Say, Belinda paled and she cried, "Help! Help!" What did Belinda say? "Help! Help!" Mustard fled away means he ran away with terrified elf. Mustard means who? Dog. He ran away somewhere. Next, ink trickled down to the bottom of the household. Ink is who? Kitten. Kitten went away down to bottom of the household means not to the other house. She went away down underground. You will have cellar. down grounds, where your vehicles wait in the apartments, you have cellars. She went away downstairs. The kitten went away into the same building downstairs. And little mouse ink blink strategically mouse hole. And little mouse blink strategically mouse hole means this blink went away. Mouse, where do they go? They go into the holes. It went away into the hole. Any hole it went away suddenly. Next, you understood. Where, who went? Belinda. She cried for, she couldn't do anything, so she cried, help, help, help. Ink went away to bottom of the mouse hole. Ink means who? Kitten. Kitten went away to the bottom of the mouse hole. And mustard ran away to other side. And little mouse went away into the mouse hole. Pale means turn yellow due to fear. Alp means a short sharp cry. Trickled means here run away. Strategically means planned. Nicely he planned. Who? Mouse planned and went away into the mouse hole. Next, mouse hole means here in the hole where the mouse lives. Okay. Next. Rhyme scheme. AAB. Transferred epithet means what? Terrified help. Next, repetition means help, help. Poetic license, use of the word mousehole to rhyme with household. Okay. Next, actually household we say. Actually we speak household, but here he gave as mousehole. To match the rhyme scheme, they changed the word like this. Next, what is this transferred epithet? Epithet means here what he said is help. Terrified help. With what sound she shouted? She shouted with terrified, with tension she shouted. Scream. Terrified help means screaming. So that is called transferred epithet. You have in your materials also this word. You can check if you didn't understand. Next, stanza. But up jumped Custard. When all these were shouting and running here and there, suddenly Dragon came our hero. Who is our hero? Dragon. Dragon is which color? Green color. Okay. So, but up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine. Who jumped like an engine? Jumped, Custard jumped. How was he snorting? Snorting means you get very angry and you get air from the nose. That is called, from engine means you get up from the chimney. Smoke, you get smoke from the chimney for engines. So here he is getting smoke from the nose. Clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon means on the silver tins you beat. If you beat on the iron tins, how the sound come? Like that he was making sound with its tail. With a clatter and clank and a jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. So he was making sound with the tail, he was jumping here and there, and at last jumping here and there, he jumped onto the pirate and he swallowed the pirate. Okay. Next, clash means for dungeon is underground prison. When you make sounds in the underground as if you are digging anything or beating on the walls, you get some type of sound. So that sound is called as dungeon. Clatter, clank, sound of hard object falling on each other. Jangling, swimming, sound of hard object. So see, these all are sounds made. Okay. Next, robin means a bird. How a bird jumps on an insect to eat the insect, like that this dragon jumped on the pirate to kill him and eat him. See, when all the characters that were earlier defined as very brave got frightened, the dragon did the most unexpected thing. He jumped onto the pirate and made such a strong sound with his nose as if the engine was producing a sound. Not only this, he hit this tail on the ground with a great force that it produced a heavy sound of metal being rubbed against each other in the underground prisons. He attacked the pirate just like Robin Bird that attacks the worms. I think you understood. See the dragon. Next, rhyme scheme, simile. Sound of a dragon is compared with the sound of engine, snorting like an engine. Clashed, his tail like irons in a dungeon. Dragon's attack on pirate is compared to Robin Bird. Okay. Next, onomatopoeia. All the sounds are here, so they are called as onomatopoeia. Imagery. Attack of the dragon is expressed in a way to make an an image in our minds. So I tell that he attacked, this dragon attacked the pirate in the form of a robin bird. That means you remember a bird attacking a worm, isn't it? So like that, that is called an imaginary situation. Imaginary means which we are imagining. Okay, next. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon. Gaped means he was looking. Okay, next. Stayed with mouth wide open. Gaped means keen look, intent look. Pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Now see here, when dragon was going to attack, this pirate also was seeing from the opposite side. He was observing very carefully the dragon. Then suddenly he took the grog. Grog means liquor, drink. Some people will drink in some silver bottles. Actually, wine. Wine is given in some silver bottles also, not only on glass bottles. Some costly wine will be given in silver bottles, like spray bottles. You find some kind of wines in the spray bottle. You know the spray bottle, isn't it? So like that, some wine bottles also will be there. I think you might have seen in the movies, English movies especially. So the wine consisting in a silver bottle is called grog. Okay, so and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. Okay, flagon means a container made of silver in which drink is stored. This is called flagon. Okay, so grog means alcohol. Grog means alcohol. This alcohol is, where is the alcohol? In the flagon. Flagon means a silver tin in which alcohol is kept. So he took that bottle of flagon and he drank. Why did he drink? Dragon was observing very seriously to this pirate. Pirate also got angry and he was also observing. While observing the dragon, he took out the bottle and he drank and kept in his pocket. And after drinking, he fired with 2 bullets, but those bullets did not hit the dragon. Okay, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Custard, what did he do? Immediately, as soon as this pirate gave a hit with 2 bullets, suddenly the Custard jumped onto the pirate and gobbled him. Gobbled means swallowed hurriedly. In one attempt, it swallowed the pirate. Such a big fellow, he swallowed. Who swallowed? Custard swallowed. Okay, next. Rhyme scheme. AABB, alteration, gulped, some gorg. Gorg is gulped, some gorg. This is G sound, alliteration. Imagine, what are you imagining here? They have shown the reaction and actions made by the pirate on seeing the dragon. What are the actions made by the pirate? He looked at the dragon very seriously. Next, he took out the bottle, flagon, and he drank and kept again. And after that, he hit the 2 bullets. These are the things which we are imagining. Okay, when I explain, you imagine the scene. So that situation is called imagery. Next, Belinda embraced him. Embraced means hug. As soon as the dragon ate away the pirate, Belinda felt very happy. She immediately hugged the dragon. Mustard licked him. Mustard, what did he do? Dog, what did he do? He licked. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Arey, pirate died. Did anyone think like that? No one mourned. Mourn means, what is mourn? Feel sorrow for the death of someone. Mourning, observe mourning. If anybody dies, we observe mourning, isn't it? So like that, nobody felt sorry for the pirate. Everyone felt happy. Amma, pirate died. Okay, very nice, very nice. They felt very happy. Ink and blink in glee. Glee means happy, delight, joy. Did gyrate. Gyrate means danced. They round the dragon and they danced. In circles, they danced. Who danced? Who did gyrate? Ink and blink danced around the dragon that ate the pirate. Next. AABB, rhyme scheme, alliteration, glee. Did gyrate, G. Assonance of use of vowel sound. O. No one mourned for use of vowel sound. Ink and blink in glee did use of vowel sound. A. That ate the pirate. Okay. I think what is assonance and all. Okay, children. When you use vowel sound, when the vowel sound is used again and again in a same sentence, such vowel sounds are called as assonance. Okay. When the consonant sound is used in the sentence again and again, it is called as consonance. Okay. Next. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I had been flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We would have been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. Flustered. Flustered means upset or confused. Once the the dragon ate away the pirate. All were happy. They danced, enjoyed. Now who is saying? First dog came out and said, but presently up spoke little dog. What did he say? I would have been twice as brave as I had been flustered. If I am not confused, flustered means confused, upset, tension. If I would have not been confused, otherwise I would have been twice braver than you. Who is saying? Mustard. Mustard means dog. Dog is saying to whom? To Custard. Next, and up spoke Ink and Blink. Ink and Blink also spoke. What did they say? We would have been 3 times as brave. Arey, dog is twice brave, and these little ones, kitten and mouse, they are 3 times brave, it seems. We have been 3 times brave. We think, and Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. Then Custard said, oh, I know. Ink, Blink, both of you are clever and you are brave twice, thrice than me. And Mustard, a dog, you are also brave twice than me. I know, I agree. Mustard is twice braver than Custard, and Ink and Blink are thrice braver than Custard. Did he agree those words? Their words? Yes, Custard agreed their words. Next. After they thanked and showed their love towards the dragon, they changed their mind. They were reminded of how they used to make fun of this coward dragon, and now they all were praising him. So at once the dog said that it was just because of some confusion that he wasn't able to do anything. Otherwise he would have been twice as brave as both of them. Ink said that they would have been 3 times braver than Custard. To this the dragon said that he fully agreed to that of all them were more powerful and braver than him. Rhyme scheme. A, B, B. Mustard, flustered. Okay. Now. Stanza. Belinda still lives. See, children, in the first stanza, Belinda lived in her little white house, they said. Now in the last stanza, they are saying that Belinda still lives in her little white house. That means after this situation happened also, she is still continuing in that house only. Okay. After this situation, very serious situation happened. What is that serious situation? Pirate entering the house and dragon eating away the pirate, saving the lives of others. Who teased him. Okay, this Belinda and other pets always teased him, always boosted themselves. So, who helped them? Custard only helped. Who was teased? He only helped. So, after this big incident happened, still Belinda is living in that house only. Still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really truly little pet dragon. The first stanza is repeated again. Next, Belinda is as brave as a barrel of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. Whatever happened also, still Custard is crying for the nice cage. He wants a nice cage to live separately, individually, and peaceful life. He don't want to mingle with all these things. So when he is not mingling with them, they are teasing him. They are pointing at him. Arey, you are coward. What you will live, what you will do. Go like this. They are teasing him. And they are asking his, Arey, tell me your age. Tell me your age. What is your age? What is your age? They are asking him and their age, and they are teasing in different ways. Okay. This incident happened also. Still he is crying for his nice safety house. I think you understood this poem. Now let us go to the these two stanzas you have understood. I repeated in front also. Now refrain. What is a refrain? Repetition of a sentence again and again. The same when the same sentence is repeated in all the stanzas, either in the starting or in the end, that sentence is called as refrain. That poem is having refrain. Okay. When we show one poem here in your public exam, he'll ask you, is there any refrain? Explain. What is it? Explain means when whichever sentence is repeated, that sentence you have to write, yes, this poem consists of refrain and this is the sentence you have to mention. He'll ask you, children. Okay. Next, repetition. Stanza has been repeated. These two stanzas, starting they were given, again these two stanzas are repeated. Actually in every stanza some words will be repeated, but here in this poem stanzas are also repeated. So this poem consists of repetition. Okay, so I think you understood the poem. Now in the last, let us go to the poet. Who is this poet? Ogden Nash. Frederick Ogden Nash was born on 19th August 1902 in New York, United States. He was an American poet, well known for his light verse, of which he wrote over 500 pieces. He wrote the poetry in such a way that it was a very nice, more than 500 pieces he wrote. With his unconventional rhyming schemes. Unconventional rhyming schemes means he changed the words according to the rhyme scheme. Many of his poems are consisting of good rhyme schemes. A, B, 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 C, C. So you must be thorough with this rhyme scheme, children. He will give one stanza in the public exam. Last year also he asked, what does this stanza consist? Which rhyme scheme does this stanza consist? And he give 4 options. So you must be aware of the rhyme scheme. And his poems are full of rhyme schemes only. Some poems don't have rhyme schemes and some poems have rhyme schemes. You know that. Okay. He was declared the country's best known producer of humorous poetry. See, humorous poetry means poetry which makes us laugh. That will not happen really, but by reading that poem we get laugh. Okay. Next, he died on 19th May in the year 1971 in Maryland, United States. I think you understood. And this poem is a ballad. Ballad means what? A song or a story written, okay, in the form of a poem. Okay, children, I think you have understood. Okay, children, we shall meet in the next video. Until then, keep watching videos. Okay, bye.